There.
We were recording and the camera ran out of room. So, or whatever ran out of room. What ran out of room, Elaine?
Storage on the iPad
Anyway,
ran out of
so
room.
now we're going to use my phone, and I'm cutting this. Needs to be 12 and a half. That's this whole width. Okay. I'm glad we thought of that before. See why I have so many problems?
You don't. You're very good. You thought it through before you cut it.
This cutting ruler is exactly 12 and a half inches wide.
That's handy.
It is handy.
Because adding a half to it would be a pain in the neck.
I love it that it's got the extra half inch.
Yes.
You know, the tools you use sometimes just make things so much better.
Yes.
What is there a saying about right tools for the right job?
There probably is a saying that, but if not, we can make it up. We need to go and hijack the table from Hobby Lobby that they used to cut out your fabric and say, hey, we need this for a day or two. You'll have to cut out the fabric somewhere else.
Well, I'm hoping not to have this type of a job again. I don't think I will take on this kind of job again.
This job has been massive.
Well,
Big scale, large scale.
And on top of that,
Overwhelming.
the client is supposed to supply me with some things, and that's been the reason it's taken so long, is they don't get me everything that I need to complete the job. I'm still waiting, and it's been over a year, for some trim that has to go on some Roman shades that I cannot do until I get the trim, because the trim is the first thing after cutting it out that you have to do. So anyway.
So in between the shipments of that kind of stuff, you do your other alterations and things, right?
Yes, that I've been doing a lot of other things. I just started working on this again, about 4 weeks ago or so. Need to go in here and sew this on. So, you want to come with me?
Yes.
You're going to see my terrible sewing room. Did we bring my chair back in here? I'll use that other chair. I know it's dark in here.
That's all right.
Okay, it is a disaster in here. It stays that way all the time. It's a working room.
Yes, a workroom that works.
Are you showing them? I thought you were showing them clothes that I've been working on.
No.
You could show them that dress.
There's all
Yeah,
kinds of dresses and wedding things and just numerous things that she alters. This girl is talented.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm not going to say talented. I'm just busy.
Well, you have a lot of return customers, so I would say that speaks for itself.
Yes, I'm very thankful for my business.
Yes. I like your little sign up here. It says, measure twice, cut once. I need to pay attention to that.
Me too. I should have put it down lower. Okay, I've got all this bobbin. If you haven't bought these, now they're messy, but I'm going to show them to you. If you sew and you haven't bought these hold your bobbins. And it's some of the best way that I've found.
And you can do upside down and they don't fall out.
And if you do them right, you don't have all this string sticking out. But I get in a hurry and go. But I love these. So if you haven't got them, I promise those are worth it. And you can get them on Amazon. for a set of them for about the same price you can buy one at Joann's. So I would highly recommend Amazon. However, I don't know, just do whatever you can do. I'll stay out of any comments I shouldn't make. Okay, all I'm going to do is sew this piece onto the side of this long curtain, or the lining of this curtain. And actually, it doesn't even matter which side I sew it down to, because it just has to be a certain width, and I'm looking for I have one side that is even, exactly even, which I've made the bottom, and I am going to sew from the bottom to the top. And if the top ends up being just a little off, it's not going to be a problem, because I've made them a lot longer than they need to be, so that I can adjust it should I need to. The reason is the homeowner has requested me to come back out and remeasure because of some settling of the house, and said they've changed some windows up. I don't see how it's going to make a difference, but it could make a difference in the height of the curtains. I'm sorry, I hope you're not bored.
No.
Well, the people watching. Okay. I'm going to do my best to keep it straight. And one handy thing to do, if you're a seamstress or you like to sew, if you want a straight seam and you don't have I've got this. It's a magnet, and it makes, you can set it here and make your seam straight. Well, unfortunately, this is plastic, so that's not going to stick, and it could get off and not be straight. So instead of doing that, I just use a piece of, this is painter's tape.
It probably comes off a little faster than regular masking tape.
Lay it down, and it just go from there.
One of your clients messaged and said be here in 15 minutes.
Okay. That's the one I put the zip. I repaired a zipper in a Halloween costume.
That's cool.
What do you know the name of that character?
Oh shoot, I don't know. It's from Monsters Inc. is all I remember.
The little green guy from Monsters Inc. And the zipper pull came out, and all I had to do was put the zipper pull back on. Now, I did have to unsew some of the zipper, you know, the ends of it, and put new stops and stuff on it. But it's so cute, and guess what I just did?
What?
I put it on wrong.
Oh no.
See? Don't show this. I don't want to make mistake after mistake after mistake. Oh my gosh. So now I've got to rip it out.
Well, you're quick at that.
Well, I could even be quicker. Let's just do it this way. It's going to disappear anyway. I have this. I have what do you call them? Razor blades too. They're really quick, but this isn't going to take too long, and I had it handy. I'm so upset that I did that again, especially on a video. Oh my gosh.
Yes, but this way you can see that even if you're well practiced in sewing, you can make a little bit of a mistake.
Well, I think we've shown more than one mistake.
Well, we can give anybody hope that there's nothing wrong with having
I had it
to
on the
repair.
wrong side. I was sewing where my seam would have been on the outside of the fabric instead on the underside. So now I have to redo
Well, you
it.
caught that pretty quick.
Yes, I'm so thankful I didn't go any farther than that.
Yes.
So thankful. Let's try again. And that was easy to rip out. I mean, that was just real easy to rip out. I'm trying to get rid of some of this. I do have a trash can down here, but I'm not getting all my threads in there. I'm trying to hurry. Can you tell?
You're doing fine. Now, Mrs. B, she has all kinds of things she does. I mean, little repairs like sewing labels back on. And what are those belt loops on jeans? And I don't know, just all sorts of things.
Had some very interesting things. I've
You have a hot press that you made our family shirts.
Yes.
And you have a embroidery machine that you do caps and things. Your husband takes care of a lot of that, doesn't he?
Yes, I do it too, but when I'm busy, he does it. I have a leopard coat that one of my clients is having me try to fix, which I think I can do it. I mean, it's just so old and falling apart that I'm not sure.
It's vintage and it's real. It looks like it would be difficult to do.
What happens with fur when it gets old and it dries and stuff? Well, anywhere it's been creased, it wears all the hair off.
Oh, I never thought of that.
And so you end up with these bare spots. And she's wanting me to take care of that and make those not show. It had, what were we talking about earlier about the padded shoulders?
Yeah, shoulder pads.
Yes, so I had to take those out, and it's pieced together because, you know, you're not going to find one pelt big enough to make
An entire
Stuff.
coat.
and it's not going to work to do that. So she told me that it would be good with her to cut the sleeves off shorter so I could just cut the shoulder part off and lift the sleeve up.
Oh.
I'm not sure that's going to work because once again, it's still pieced together, and you know, you have to be able to cut the right shape and all that. So we shall see.
Yes, and you need to tell them about the coonskin cap you made. When you got done, it looked like a mink cat to me when you took a picture of it.
I have another client that bought 7 raccoon pelts at a garage sale. And he brought them to me and said he wanted me to make a coon skin cap. Well, I thought, you know, like Daniel Boone. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's not the kind he wanted. He wanted the, like old mountain men that has the ears. There's a name for it, but I can't.
Oh, those flap things that
Yeah.
fold down.
Yes, but I can't
Yeah.
remember. There's a name for
A
it.
hunter cap, like Elmer Fudd, kinda.
Kinda.
That has ear flaps.
Yeah. And anyway, that was very interesting.
Well, didn't you told me something about that some of the pelts had bald spots and
Yes, all the hair on the fur, whatever, on the raccoons doesn't go the same direction.
like
So it
they have
doesn't-
cowlicks and stuff?
Yes, so that doesn't lay. It doesn't lay good. So it took 5 of those pelts to find enough that you could piece together so it would look good. And it did. It turned out really good, and the man was extremely happy with it.
Did he have you put the coon tail on the back?
No,
He
did
didn't.
not want
Oh, I'm
that.
disappointed.
I still have those. If anybody wants some coon tails, raccoon tails, I have some.
Didn't people used to, like in the 50s or something, hang those from their car mirrors?
Well, I've seen them on antennas. Back when they had antennas.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back in the day.
Oh, shoot, we're old enough to be back in the day, Mrs. B.
Now, we didn't do that, but we knew.
No, we knew of it.
I don't know if I ever saw one, or if it was like in movies, or I don't know. I just know I remember seeing stuff like that.
I think one of your cousins used to put them on his bike on the handlebars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think he tore up his hat and his brother's to make those. His brother was not happy.
Do you know which cousin this was?
I'm not going to say it out loud.
Okay.
Because of retribution.
I'm ready to take this back in the other room and do some pressing. And maybe we'll get it put on today.
Woohoo!
Follow me. Do you see this dress? I don't know if she showed you that dress. But I had to shorten it 6 inches. And it's fully lined. So what I did was I took it off, took it apart right here, and shortened it in this area, and then sewed it all back on. I'm really pleased.
And those are tiny little precision pleats, too.
Yes.
Nice pleats.
It worked out real well.
Yes.
Did you shut the door behind you?
Yes, Mrs. B.
I will. I don't know how long this will go.
I don't either.
Okay, I don't need this cutting stuff anymore. I can put it away. I'll just set it here.
Okay.
Be back in just a second.
In a jiffy. Those are going to be pretty drapes, but man, they're heavy.
Oh,
What would you think they weigh?
I wouldn't doubt if it was 20 pounds a panel. This panel right here, I'm going to say 17 to 20 pounds.
Wow.
It is so.
It's some quality fabric, too.
But with those 3 layers.
Oh, yeah. Blackout and the lining.
The blackout is heavy on its own.
Yes.
But so is that decorative fabric. That is heavy.
Yeah.
So, I know I look so unorganized.
No, you don't. It looks like you have it kind of all down.
I am going to move this table for just a minute.
Okie dokie.
Crowding me too much. Oh, so much better. That is so much better for a second. Okay, this is still the wrong side. The side I'm after. Oh, no, it's not. This is the right side.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
Very good.
Instead of getting my ironing board,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to use a towel and my table. Can you reach that extension cord?
Yes. Uh-oh. That might be tilty.
Yeah, you're getting everybody dizzy.
Whoa! It's a carnival ride, everybody.
Maybe we can edit this out. I don't know.
One could hope.
I watched a video the other day on editing,
Oh, you did?
but just because I watched the video does not mean a thing.
Oh. Well, it takes a few run-throughs for me. I kind of have issues.
I should also have a pressing cloth.
Oh.
Give me just a minute to get
Okay.
a pressing
Do you know
cloth.
where it is?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay. You want to use a pressing cloth when you press nice stuff. And you see my iron is really dirty. So that's another reason you want to use a pressing cloth. Let it get hot. Sink them out of water. It's a steam iron. But I'm not going to worry about the steam, I don't think. Unless, no, there's a little water left in it.
It's making some kind of sizzle.
Mm-hmm. You don't want any scorched marks or any marks from your iron, but you want to always press your seams down. That is very important to make things look nicer and more professional. It's one of the things my mother taught me when she taught me to sew.
Now your pressing cloth, that's a
I'm just
new
using-
diaper?
I'm just not. It's not new. I mean, well, it was new when I
A
started
cloth
using
diaper.
it.
Yeah.
But yes, it's a cloth diaper or a tea towel. I think there is actually pressing cloth, but it's basically the same thing. And I had this, so
Yeah, those
This is
cloth
what we
diapers make good tea towels too.
yes, they do.
They're my favorite.
They dry better, I think.
I think so too. The terry cloth ones sometimes are slick or something and they don't
well,
seem to.
Sometimes it seems like they move the water around
Yeah,
instead of drying.
For sure.
I talk too much.
No, you're fine.
Oh, here I am forgetting that. See?
There you
I
go.
forgot the pressing cloth. Lucky I didn't scorch it
Yes.
or get marks on it. You know, one of the worst parts of, well, no, not one of the worst, but yeah, one of the worst parts about not having a table large enough to do all this is it gets so wrinkled. I can't keep all the wrinkles out. So after I'm finished, I'm going to have to go back and press the curtain or steam the curtains. And I don't have anywhere to hang something that's 9 foot tall and
Oh,
12
yeah.
foot wide.
I really don't know very many people who do. I mean, nobody comes to mind.
Those are big ones. It's beautiful. You've been there. The place is really, the room these go in is really pretty. It's big and it's pretty, and the windows are open to a deck, a covered deck with a little pond.
It even has a pretty fireplace.
It's the room it's going in is really pretty, but those windows.
But even out by the pond, there's that big fireplace too.
Oh yes, a fireplace.
Isn't it a rock fireplace or
Yes.
was it brick? I can't remember.
No, it's rock.
Kind of like Austin stone, isn't it?
I don't know what
That
that
white
is.
rock,
I don't think it's white. I think
creamy.
I don't remember. I just know it's really pretty.
It's really pretty.
They've got, oh my gosh, I don't know how many chairs. I don't remember. We made, what did we make, 70? Around 70
cushions.
Well, all together.
Bottom and back. Yeah.
But
counting the
let me see,
bottoms.
out of that 70 was, I think 12 of that 70, no, not 12, 6 of the 70 was some throw pillows.
Oh, yeah.
The rest were cushions for this outdoor furniture.
Those were big cushions. They were thick and wide and deep.
Deep and wide.
Yes.
We went to, we're always going to lunch when we're together. It's going to
Yes.
sound that way. We really don't, but sometimes we hear,
Yeah.
but sometimes we don't eat at all. But we did go to lunch. Took my husband with us. had really good, she and I have started doing when we can, we order it's a sampler
Yeah, a
platter
platter.
of
That's a lot.
appetizers, and we share it. Oh my goodness.
It's usually all the stuff you want to try, but you don't want to just make your order just that one thing.
We probably shouldn't have, but we did.
It's fried mushroom too.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good. And then the chicken
Gosh, it was a
stuff,
lot.
and yeah, it's a lot.
But it was good.
Mhm.
We did that, and then we came back. I have a client coming to pick up that Halloween costume, and I think that's really all I've got going on. I've got several clients that could come pick up stuff, but I haven't heard from them. In fact, that one lady hadn't texted me back, so I'm still not sure. No, you said she did, didn't you? When we were in this sewing room.
Yeah. I don't know if you're supposed to respond to her or not.
I think she said she's on her way.
Yeah, in 15, if that's
Yeah,
okay.
She said if that's okay?
I think she said that. I can't remember.
That's all right. We'll just let her show up.
You don't have a very professional secretary.
There's a story. There is a story of my granddaughter and I went on a trip, and one of my clients started texting me, asking me if I, could do some alterations for her. And I told my granddaughter, I said, text her and tell her that I'm out of town, that I'll get back with her, and I was driving, that I'll get back with her in a few days. And she texts back, "Are you okay? It doesn't sound like you." Anyway, I told her, well, text her back and tell her that you're my granddaughter and that I'm driving. So she did, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so glad. I thought something was wrong."
Because you usually are a little more chatty.
Well, depending on who I'm talking to, how I talk, and this particular client, we just love each other so much, and she calls me sweetie, and I do the same thing, and this.
And your granddaughter wasn't going to call somebody she didn't know sweetie. Huh?
Well, it was funny because the longer this little conversation, the client didn't quit texting, and the more she texted, and the sweeter she sounded, the more concerned my granddaughter was. It was just funny. She was like, "This lady's crazy." She's like, "No, she's not. She's real sweet." "Well, I'm just worried about you." Like, oh, she's just sweet and she cares. Then I got so many robocalls, spam calls. You've been around, we all get them.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I get more than everybody else. Maybe not, but I feel like it. And she got so upset with how many calls I kept getting. And the reason I get them, I think, is because I don't block all out of town calls.
Yeah.
Because, people move around so much. I have clients that have California. I'm in Texas, and I have clients that have California phone numbers, New York numbers, Florida numbers, Ohio. I mean, everywhere.
And you can't really keep all of them as a contact, really, because they're random sometimes.
Well, exactly. I get lots of... Now, anyone that calls me, I'll save their number. If it's a client, I'll save their number. So their name will come up.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times it'll just say unavailable. And it'll be a new client.
Right.
Someone looking for me. So...
Yeah, and you get referrals and things, so...
Yes, I get so many. Okay.
So you can't just say no.
No, I cannot say no. I don't say no to very many people. Anyway, I think...
Uh-oh. There's one.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, that's that one.
appreciate it so
I
much.
appreciate you. Thank you very much.
People always say, who fixes this? And I'm like, oh, I know.
Bye-bye. I'm a rambling man. I ramble too much.
No, you're just fine.
Okay, this is the...
That was the little costume, wasn't it?
Yes. That was so cute. I wish I'd showed y'all. It was so cute.
It had a little air machine that puffed it up, you said?
Yeah, it's a blow up, whatever that character is.
From Monsters, Inc.
It looks just like him.
He'll be
It's
cute.
just
You reckon he'll come and trick or treat at your house?
I doubt it.
No.
For one thing, I don't know him, but she says he's too old. He shouldn't be. But she shouldn't be going out trick or treating. But she's gonna let him. And I said, what difference does it make? Let him go out and have fun. He's in the 7th grade.
Aw.
She says he's too big for this. But I'm like, let these kids have fun. Don't you think
Let
we
them
have
stay kids for a while.
as long as they're not out causing mischief, you
Yeah.
know, causing destruction or anything, let them be kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's such a short time that they're young and want to do that kind of stuff.
I have these creases from where it was folded before,
Oh.
and I know I should just iron the whole thing, but oh well. I'll leave that there. So you're gonna see lots of wrinkles in this, but it won't stay that way, people, I promise. It will look good when I'm done.
It will be all professional.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Seriously, I do. Some people would settle for 6 inches too wide. You know, some people wouldn't.
Well, I was the people that told you it will be fine. Don't worry, Mrs. B. People won't know the difference.
I'm being mean
You're
to my
being so
aunt.
mean.
Being mean to my little auntie. Okay, put the this out of the way.
Okay, so is
Yeah,
it
we
this
gotta-
end?
Yes, just pull that this way. Get back up there.
Oh boy, I'm glad you remember.
Well, I have been working on.
Yeah, you've been wrestling this thing
This
for a
is my
while.
second one. Just
Oh,
in case
okay.
people don't know, this
You
is
have
my
already
second
made-
panel of the 12-foot wide ones.
So you only have to do one set of 12-foot wide.
Yes, and after I'm done with this one, I have to do a set of 9-foot tall by 6-foot wide.
Well, that won't be nearly as hard
It
compared.
won't. It'll feel small.
You'll feel like a baby. It's just a little baby one.
Like I said, I've got 4 foot hanging. 4 foot hanging on the other side of this table.
It just looks like a massive amount.
I don't think anybody's ever going to want to sit through all this.
You never know. If you're having a hard time sleeping, you might.
Uh-oh, somebody's calling.
Uh-oh. I don't know who
You
will be
can call
calling
that.
me.
Or stop it.
Oh, let's see.
You can stop
I don't
it.
know.
Bye. We'll be back.
Wait, I'll just put it on pause. See
I
if
didn't
I
know
know
you
how.
could.
I don't know how to put it on
I
pause.
don't either. But you better before your hubby hangs up.
Oh, I don't care. Oops, I didn't say that. That was mean, wasn't it? I'm not going to make you answer that.
I know nothing.
You see nothing, you know nothing.
Who says that? Who knows who says that? I know nothing.
Mr. Clink.
No, that was Schultz, Sergeant
Oh,
Schultz.
yeah, Schultz. Yeah. Always got those two guys mixed
You
up.
had the right show in mind.
I did.
Okay, now I will pin it down,
Where are
and
your
then
pins?
I will sew it down. They're right here.
Oh, good.
Okay, once again, I told you I really do measure.
Mm-hmm.
And I want this
To be exact.
1 inch and 1 inch. And I will tuck that little string under there. My little mitered corner.
Very nice.
Okay, so let me go ahead and I said that and then I pinned it wrong, so
Uh-oh, did you?
yeah, I didn't get it right at an inch on the side. There. I think a little more. Keep going. I'm picky. I want it to match the other one, and the other one is exactly an inch on each side. So then I'll go across the bottom and make sure that it's pinned. I don't go all the way through because I don't want any seam, any stitches showing through on the other side.
Basically, because it has blackout. No, is it blackout?
It is blackout, but regardless, I would not want any stitching
Oh, okay.
showing through. Not on a
You'll
braid.
do this in hand sewing.
Yes.
Well, this is an acre of hand sewing.
Hand sew all the way around in a, well, actually, I hand sewed it all the way around with the lining, the blackout lining. This will only go over about 6 to 8 inches will be sewn down, and then this is left
Oh,
open.
free flowing.
Mm-hmm. But I do sew all the way up to the top and all the way, on both sides. And then I still have a, what's that called?
The
What is that called?
heading.
Yes, what is that called?
What is it? Horsehair stuff.
What is it called? Oh my goodness, I can't think of
Pinch
the name.
pleat stuff.
No.
Okay, I'm not.
I know it's
checking
what
it.
it's the same thing you're saying, but it's how you make pinch plates and stuff. But what is it? I can't think what it's called.
You'll think of it in 1 second.
Yeah, probably. Not 1 second. Where are you? We're over. Time's up. I'm out. I lost that game.
Mrs. B,
Yes.
you need to keep on focus.
You're asking the impossible.
Uh-oh. No. Say it ain't true.
Even though I'm not sewing all the way across, I'm still going to pin it to make sure that it's straight across so that when I pin the other side, we're not lopsided
In any way.
at the bottom or the top. So
That's a good idea. That way you have no regrets.
I am so anxious to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
I am. You know, I may sound like I've complained a lot about this, but it's been an awesome job as far as it's a good paying job. It would have just been better if it had been done quicker,
If you'd have had all your supplies all at once.
Mm-hmm. It's been interesting. It has been very interesting. The whole process. I've never made anything this large
Mm-hmm.
before, and
I thought the Roman shades were kind of technical and interesting.
they are. But anybody can make them if you just follow the directions
Mm-hmm.
and get the right supplies.
They did have some videos to watch on that. That helped.
I got most of my hardware from SailRite.com. They are on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube for videos on how to do stuff. And what they are really, by the name, SailRite, like a sailboat. They do sails and stuff like that, but then they also teach you how to make stuff, and that you can even buy stuff from them. You know, they'll make it for you. But it's really interesting because they do have all those videos and they're very educational. And I bought kits for the Roman shades, and I'm telling you, these are wide, very wide Roman shades,
Ooh.
and they're long, just very big. So if you're interested in anything like that, you might look at Sailrite.
SAIL.
Yes, on YouTube. They have their own website, so sailrite.com,
And tutorials as well.
right, they have links to all kinds of stuff, from reupholstering the chairs and stuff on boats, to the sails for the sailboat, to home goods, curtains, drapes, the Roman shades, pillows.
Wow.
I mean, everything. They just show so much. They really do a good job. I've been very impressed with them.
Their explanations are pretty good too.
Now these drapes. Oh, by the way, Sailrite also has a fabric calculator,
Oh.
and they tell you how to measure, so you can put your measurements in, and it calculates how much fabric.
That's handy.
Not only how much fabric, how much thread.
Oh.
I mean,
Who knew?
it is so helpful what they do.
That way everything matches.
And of course they do sell that kind of thread. Like there's a heavy duty thread that I bought for the outdoor furniture.
Oh yeah.
Now my sewing machine, I just use a domestic sewing machine. Even though it's a high quality machine, it did not care for that thread.
No.
Yeah, you'll find some threads just don't work with some machines.
Now, what was that fabric that you used on the outside furniture?
Sunbrella.
Sunbrella.
Sunbrella. I think it's S-U-N. Brella. Sunbrella.
I got it in my head, umbrella, but I couldn't remember the rest of it.
It's treated so that it stands up to the sun, you know?
And spills.
And spills. I'm telling you, those cushions were a cream color.
Yes.
And
They were the color of this.
yes, I mean,
Yes.
I would not. Anyway.
We finished the very last cushion, and Mrs. B was so excited. And I came in with my cup of coffee, and she says, "This is the last one. I have it all made." And you know, I'm sort of a klutz, and I spilled the whole cup of coffee on that last.
But it wiped right off.
It did, and you couldn't even tell it. It just kind of smelled like coffee.
It smelled like coffee.
It smelled like coffee. But there was no stain. I was like sick. I thought we were going to have to make a whole
And
nother
the coffee
cushion.
smell went away.
It did?
Yes.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Okay, just so y'all know, I have pinned this down, and I leave quite a bit at the top because I still have to put that heading in here for the pinch pleat. They're a little different pinch pleat than what you normally see, but
The
we'll
pinch
worry
is on the very top.
at the very top.
Without a head.
I forget, I don't know, there's probably a name, I think it's French, a French pleat or something.
Oh.
I don't remember the name of it, but there is a thing like that. So, since this is so wide, I've got this pinned. I am going to go ahead and sew this side down.
Oh.
And then, after it's sewn and I have all the pins out, then I can fold it up as I go across, and then I can pin the other side and sew it without having to wrestle the whole thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that, and I think we're going to call it for now. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.